I got it. I got it.
It is reported that it's.
Yes, it's right there. It's like the road behind Max.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Thank you, everybody, for being here. The time is set. We will get started. This is the village board meeting for the village of Willow Springs. Today is Thursday, July 18th, 2024, and this meeting is called to order. And we please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. I apologize that I did not do roll call, so let's do that now, please. Madam Clerk Charles, can you please call roll?
Trustee Yara,
Here.
Kennedy,
Here.
Micah,
Here.
Hash, Moon, Carr,
Here.
President Nettlemeyer.
Here, present, and that completes the roll, and we have a. We will move into our first item for tonight, which is awards and recognition. And I want to thank everyone who's here tonight for that. Tonight's awards and recognitions stem from the Special Olympics and Top on Rooftop event that we had back in May. As you know, this popular fundraising event is organized by law enforcement agencies as well as Special Olympics to support athletes. And the Willow Springs Police Department's participation this year was a great success. Gotta say thank you to Tammy Phelan for her help and hard work in planning it. And tonight we are joined here by Taylor Winston. She is the Special Olympics Development Director. I met Taylor on the day of the Top on a Rooftop event, and I thought it was very kind of her to make it out to our location. Hi, Taylor. On a day that must have been very busy with hundreds of agencies participating today. So thank you for that. Also tonight we have here with us Willow Springs' very own Olympian Matt, who is decorated with his medal, and he works very, very hard and trains really hard in his athletics. He trains at TPS Sports and Fitness here in Willow Springs. And as I understand, they are very supportive of Matt's training. We are joined here, I think I see Jenny and Ken Hall from TPS, Bill Carpenter and Karen. Thank you for being here. And is Matt's trainer here as well? No, Matt's trainer is Luke Babish, and so we want to recognize him as well for his role in the training. As we know, the Special Olympics program supports and uplifts these athletes in a remarkable way, and I have to say that I have observed the Top on a Rooftop event in particular unites our community and law enforcement in a way unlike any other. So thank you for all of that. There were many supporters of our Top on a Rooftop event, but one stands out for their generosity that we need to recognize. Tonight we recognize her. Her name is Nikki Bekteshi, and she is here tonight with her kids, Luan and Sophie. Thank you guys for being here. They contributed very generously to Top on a Rooftop, but not only that, they have also contributed to Matt's training and to our 5th district squad. So for all of this generosity, we say thank you, Nikki Bekteshi, and acknowledge Medical Healthcare Centers, Inc., that is the business in Fur Ridge that has generously supported all of these things. We say thank you and recognize you. And I will step down now to present you with this award. Fine. Okay.
Yeah. Was a key to.
Ready?
You have an amazing police department, truly are a shining example of what the law enforcement is and stands for. Truly, you have two missions with law enforcement working on to raise awareness or how incredible our actions are and to raise funds. You do both of those. On behalf of Special Olympics, we're going to take it to those community, but then also now we've heard you let challenge points. So on behalf of our state committee, we have comprised of officers from all over the state, and also from even Wisconsin. We are presenting you with a handful of various challenge points to add to your election.
Way to start. We will move into our next item then, that is disposition of previous minutes. June 20th, 2024, combined board minutes are in board text. May I have a motion to approve those?
So moved.
By trustee Kennedy, second by trustee Moon, discussion questions? Hearing none, roll call vote please.
Trustee R,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Moon, Car.
All ayes and those minutes are approved. Village administrator report, administrator Grace.
No report this evening.
Village clerk report, clerk Charles.
I have no report this evening.
Reports of officials, village engineer.
That's good, maybe. Just wanted to give you kind of a summary on 2024 street rehabilitation of this. Seven days of the project, being very competitive. I checked references, to both bidder, that favorably from David activities. I also checked on their availability, pending board approval within 2 weeks.
Thank you for that. Village Attorney,
There is no report this evening, Madam President.
thank you, Village Treasurer.
Good evening. I passed everybody out the 6-month financial statements. And I just want to give a brief overview. We're at a halfway point of a year, and that's always important. Just to put things in context, and revenues are over 50%, that's good. And expenditures are under 50%, that's good. And if you look at all the various numbers, you can see our revenues are 54%. And most are doing very well. The state revenues are really doing well, except for the replacement tax, that was done on purpose, because they diverted money from there to go south of purpose. So that's why it's not really doing that well. And we do get some revenues later, like the 911 fees, we usually get towards the end of the half year. So all in all, our revenues are doing well. I think the other point we really focus on is our expenditures. Every department's under the 50%. You know, and administration was really good, we could go 500,000 out of contingency, but again, you know, we work hard on doing the budget, but we also work hard, or else we work hard spending the money, not spending it. Capital expenditures, you know, amount to $1.2 million. You know, I did took a deep breath of that, you know, out of our $7 million budget, we have 1.2 million capital, which is, you know, more of an investment than it is spending. And we spent so far just under $1 million on that. You know, we're getting some road work here, but I mean, we're just not planned. So, other items to focus on, we do have other funds. The other funds are generally doing balance funds. Hidden supplies, that's because of the issues. And then the items that aren't in the report, but I just want to pass it on. Our cash and investments right now are right on $1 million. So you think, when I first got here, it's great way to things are just continuing to go very positively. I think the second thing I'd like to say is our debt is going down again. The mayor asked me in anticipation of your speech at the chamber. It would be down to just over $1.1 million in debt. You know, that's a very, you know, major comment. As I'm making this comment, I think we were like $14 or $15 million as recently as 5 years ago. So there's been a major accomplishment to, you know, reduce the debt. And another component of debt that people focus on, you know, Mary Campus, the county treasurer, she always focuses on the, you know, the pension debt and that type of thing. And, you know, our pension debt, and I that's up with numbers a little bit, but we were at 14.5 million when I got here. We're down to 7.5. So we've made a lot of progress and moving to the main pension fund there. So all in all, as all these materials come out, I think there's, you know, just a lot of positive evidence. So I don't have to talk much about what I do with you guys, but you know, I think that everything is going well, and you know, just keep moving along and try to keep moving in this fashion. Unless people have specific questions or other comments, I can keep you guys in.
Any specific questions for the treasurer?
No, I just want to say that I've had some time to work with Dan and what he has done to unravel some of the things that we've done in the past. It's just a monumental feat to put his arms around all those numbers and straighten them all out, because there were some things that were found. So I really appreciate his effort and what he does and the reports that we get to keep us up to date on how we're spending our money. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Great report.
That's the end of my report.
Thank you. We'll move then to reports of standing committees, Finance and Administration Committee, Trustee Ara.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to approve item 881, warrant 24 days, dated July 11, 2024. Payroll and fund expenses totaling $582,287.19.
Okay, we have a motion, Trustee Ara, for a second.
I'll second.
Trustee Kennedy, discussion or questions?
Yeah, I just always like to clarify some of the, this is larger because we only have one meeting a month in the summer. It contains the warrant contains 2 pay periods, which add up to about 50%. Some of the other larger invoices that we pay were a lot of routine things, such as garbage, legal fees, health insurance. We had a quarterly, justice dispatch, payment, along with our engineering firm. And we had our annual payment on our cat backhoe and motors. And then, we also, took, and did some, ARPA projects that were in the, and that accounted for about, another 250,000 right there.
Any other discussion on the warrants or questions about this one? Okay, hearing nothing, roll call.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Moon, Tara.
All ayes, the warrants are approved.
The only thing is, I just want to get a quarterly update on, Little Spring video gaming. First 6 months of the year, video game, Little Springs, amount played is down about $1 million from 2023, which was 22 million. This year, for the first 6 months, Little Springs revenue is down about $2,000. But we're still on target to meet our budgeted revenues of 190,000. This year, what's happened is we added one new video game in this establishment in February, which was Purchase Corner. We lost video game in the establishment, our mobile station, and they were the third highest amount played in 2023. So there's some of it, but yeah, he'll have it. It'll all level out. There's actually now 12 businesses with 69 machines currently in place. That's just an update for everybody, just to say that. And then that's my report.
Right. Thank you, then we will move into, Public Safety Committee, Trustee Kennedy.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Couple things. Thanks to everybody for all your volunteer that you did with everything, helping everything along. Thank you for the police for showing up and doing what they needed to do for all that. And I'd like to turn it over to Chief. He's got something to say.
Yeah, we didn't need to dump this, just. Actually, just one item, good news. We just had a police commission here meeting, and they approved the hiring of fire lieutenant, James Ryle, coming in Chicago. Wealth of experience, that puts us up to 13 in the department. So we're doing pretty well as personnel goes. And other than that, knock on wood.
And then my report.
Can I ask a question? What is his position? No. He's a police officer. He was a lieutenant, and he wanted to come here so much that he's coming back to police officer.
And all for Public Safety?
Yeah, that concludes my report.
Great. Municipal Buildings and Grounds Committee, Trustee Micah.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to report the tennis courts, basketball courts are done at Willow Park and Lions Park. They're all beautiful colors. They're smooth. They're very cushioned. Great to play on. I got a lot of compliments from people that were there. And the other thing I'd like to report on tomorrow, if you're not doing anything, it's 7 o'clock at Willow Park. Lions Park, I'm sorry. We got a concert, Billy Gray coming out. It's gonna be a great night. Bring a chair, something to drink, some food. Come on and enjoy it. It's free, so hope everybody comes out. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Micah.
Should be a nice cool evening, too.
Great report, thank you. Public Works Committee, Director Grantland, did you want to say?
Just one thing, in Water Pond, and we've been waiting a few months for the irrigation system to be put in, that's done on Tuesday. They were just looking at it on time to be properly. But it's all. So hopefully that proves everything we have.
And we'll move then into License and Franchise Committee. Trustee Moon?
Okay, we do have, one license that we're gonna vote on tonight. And it is for the, highway cafe, which is now called, now, okay. Anyway, we're gonna talk about that and, and the license, which you guys, will be, thank you. So,
Thanks, Trustee Moon. We'll move then finally to Building and Zoning Committee. Trustee Park?
Thank you, Mayor. The month of June, we issued 37 permits, that had 14 of those.
Mhm.
754,950. That 19,006. For the first 6 months of the year, we issued 155 permits. 3,238,690 dollars of 20%, resulting in fees for of $91,952. Thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you very much, Trustee Park. Then we will move into action items. The first up is the sign permit that Trustee Moon had referenced. This is action to approve a sign permit for Ambi, which is located at 8116 Archer Avenue. Ambi is the former location of My Way Cafe. I see that the owner is present with us tonight. So recently, new signs were installed at the location. The signs are such that a permit should have been applied for and approved prior to installation. The owner was notified and has now come to us with an application for permit. And that is what is before us for consideration this evening. I'll first, before we get into discussion, ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Kennedy for the motion, trustee Carr for the second, and now let's open it up to discussion, please.
I would like to stipulate that there's a condition on the being given the license and stuff that.
No, this is the discussion, so, I think the condition that you're referring to is that, the sign permit is now being applied for. And so we are considering whether or not to approve it. There is a fee associated with the permit. And that fee is roughly $360. I'm opening it up for discussion from the board members in terms of how they feel about whether or not to. approve
And
the
I
sign.
guess I would have to say is sign was installed, so that caught the village off guard because there was no permit prior to this. So with the sign being installed, we haven't inspected it yet. Okay, but the application for the sign fits within the code.
Yes, we can't inspect it because it hasn't been approved yet.
Right, but from an application standpoint, it fit
Correct.
our criteria for the size of the sign versus the building frontage, so on and so forth. So it would have been approved if it was put in prior to installation. Just wanted to confirm.
Is there any more discussion from the board members?
Yeah, I want to explain a couple of things that we discussed. Or the board can vote tonight to allow the application to go through. However, I need to bring up that there is some violations that were made because no permits were pulled for the electrical, for the sign, or there was a parking lot expansion there. No, three of them did not have any permits pulled. So the board pretty much has agreed. We need to, it would have came to a total of $1,180. And we need to understand that when you're going to do things like that, you gotta have permits. So permits will come up to $1,180. The board pretty much has agreed that, we would give him a $500 fine. So if he pays that, then we will, that's a stipulation on the application approval.
So if I may, trustee Moon, what I'm hearing is that you're suggesting that conditioning this approval of the permit, there should be a fine imposed because the permit is not pulled properly. It's being applied.
Should we separate this into, I mean, we're talking about the application for a sign. We have nothing, I mean, the other thing is the parking lot issue. So I'm not sure if there should be an application for a parking lot because of the size of the parking lot and going over what is happening.
So the parking lot was not expanded.
It wasn't.
The footprint of the parking lot remains the same. You can go on Google Street View and see that.
Okay,
What he did was he seal coated and striped the entire area, which does not need a permit. And then there's an area, I believe, 3 to 4 parking spaces where he put new pavement over the old. So that area, it would be what's in discussion, but he did not expand the footprint of the parking lot. It remains the same. So that's a separate issue. You can go on Google Street View and see it. Trustee Malaya photos.
so.
Its Street View goes back several years, which is really helpful on things like this. When you catch it after the fact, sometimes it's hard to know exactly what was there. That was actually in the packet. I think we have a photo of the building that was prior to the new sign, because the sign was put up incorrectly without a permit, right? So we have a photo of the old and then obviously what's existing now. But I was able to obtain that photo on Street View because it gives us a
So
historical
would this best
setback.
be handled, would this best be handled with him having to apply for a permit for the blacktop that he put on and then assess a penalty for each one of these?
Well, the blacktop issue, so here's the issue and why this is brought to you guys this evening. So anytime there's a job that's completed in town, if it's completed without a permit, we have a process that we go through. And that process would include a stop work order, if we catch them in the act. If not, it could include a citation that would be issued that would bring them into our adjudication court if they didn't just choose to pay the penalty. This particular instance, because it was a sign permit, is why it's come to the board tonight. I don't have the authority as the village administrator to approve a sign permit. All sign permits come to the board. And so in this particular instance, because the violation that occurred was the installation of a sign, all that we did was have them fill out the application for that issue. So we have the sign permit and the electrical that goes with it. It's a package deal. You need both of those to put up sign. We have those for consideration tonight. That's what we need to look at here. Anything else there is handled just administratively through our adjudications if needed. But the only thing that comes to the board for those types of things is the sign. That's why it's here tonight, is because we need board approval, whether or not you'd like to proceed with approving the sign, even though it's already done. If you guys choose to approve it this evening and you put stipulations as far as a citation or anything like that on top of it, then what we would do is charge that amount when we issue the permit. It would then be formally inspected by the commissioner, and presuming that it meets code and if we don't find an issue, then the case is closed. If we find an issue, then again, it doesn't need to come back to the board. That would be between the building department and the property owner to fix anything that they see that could be a problem. But I hope that kind of clarifies the answers a little bit.
So once again, we're breaking them apart because the other one would be a citation if it gets issued for the blacktop.
Correct. We're looking, this evening, we need to just look at the sign permit. That's what's before the board. Everything else, there's a completely different process as far as taking.
So then I guess the question before the board tonight is, we need to consider and take action on whether or not to approve the sign that's already in place. And if so, if the board has a discussion and wishes to impose a penalty on top of the sign, that is something that would need to be amended in this action item to add that fine. If that was something the board was wishing to do.
So I'll make a motion to approve his license with the stipulation that he pays a $500 fine for those 3 citations.
You gotta
You
separate.
gotta separate them. You gotta separate.
You what?
You gotta separate them. That's what Brian just.
What's right before us right now is the sign. So we have to,
Change it, I don't care.
we have to just deal with the sign right now. The other issues we can bring up later.
So the sign and the electrical would have been $720.
I mean,
Okay?
the
Am I
whole,
correct?
one second, Trustee Moon, the sign permit and the electrical permit combined, without any fines added to them, is a $360 charge.
for each one.
No, total, it's $360 for the fine. So it is, let me get it for you. $150 is the electrical. That includes the permit and the inspection fee. The sign is $210. That includes the permit and the inspection fee. So the 150 and the 210 together give you $360 total. That's what these two items would have cost ahead of time. Yes, so from there, the board can make a determination on what you would like, if you're going to approve it, what you would like the administration to charge. That's, I think, what I need clarification on.
So we're looking for amended motion to include a penalty.
The amended motion is I recommend we give him the application approval, but with a $360 fine.
So let me, are you looking to then double the cost from $360 to $720?
If we had started earlier, we'd be happy with this.
Well,
360 is the cost.
360 is the cost without a fine.
How do you want to do it?
Just, okay, so yeah, the two together for the electric and the sign is $360. If the board wishes to assess any fine, it would be on top of the 360. And my request is when the motion is made, if you guys could tell me the total amount you would like charged, so that I am very clear when we move forward on this. I don't want to have confusion later.
$720.
720 would be double.
Would that be-
720 is double the fee, and that would be the maximum allowed if this were to go to adjudication. So that would be the maximum. So anywhere between $360 and $720 would be the maximum, and anything you guys would love to determine in between there or the maximum, it's up to you.
We're all gonna get in it. I should. We're all gonna get in. My recommendation as a commissioner of the permit, building permit, is that you want to do a fine or have a fine, then it should be $360. Not the same.
Okay, so I want to make sure I understand it. So we're going to charge the $360 for the permit fees that are the costs. In addition to that, you would like an additional $360. So the total due to the village would be $720. Okay, we're clear. That's great. I just needed to understand.
So then I think the best way to wrap during the discussion, and understanding that the suggested imposed fine is $360 on top of the $300 permit fee cost that it would have been. I will amend the motion to approve the sign permit before us tonight with a $360 fine for a fine for approving the permit after the fact.
Make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Micah. Is there a second? Trustee Carr, discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Moon, Carr.
Okay, motion carries and that sign permit is approved with the. Thank you for that. We'll move on to action item number 2, and that is to approve Orange Crush Inc. The contract for our 2024 road project at a cost not to exceed $396,379. We heard about this from Engineer Branstad earlier. Thank you for that, Engineer Branstad. We know it went out to bid June 27th, and he said 7 bids were received. This, just as a background too, this came in well under the engineer's estimated cost. So with that background, I will ask for a motion to approve the contract awarded to Orange Crush.
I'll make that motion.
By trustee Kennedy, second by trustee Ara, discussion.
I think one of the interesting things about this is I've been trying to follow all the resurfacing projects, and I also went and looked at them all. I like the enhancement that is going to take place on Park Street, because it's going to be adjacent to the park, and it's going to finally take that gravel area and not pave it. So just keep enhancing the village, and I like that idea. And we've already talked about some patching throughout the village that will also happen in the next contract. So some of those things carry us over to the next one. I also asked the question to make sure that there were no Justice Willow Springs Water Commission projects that are tied to any of these areas that we do. Because we work closely with them, so that we don't duplicate the effort. I think those are all noteworthy, but I was quite surprised by the fact that there was less than $400 difference between the two buildings. Pretty competitive.
One question, me is, once it's approved, you know, start date.
Yeah, so when you guys take action tonight, our plan is to schedule a pre-construction meeting next week. Get the contract with the contractor. I talked to them, they indicated they're about 2 weeks out.
Probably right after the fest would be a good.
Yeah, after.
Yeah, right after.
Yeah.
Correct.
Bring up the resurfacing of that. Justice gets 1 year, they do their job, the next year, which is this year, correct?
Yeah, the water commission, it's on the opposite schedule. Last year, the water commission was here working in town. So this year they're in Justice. Next year they'll be back here, but we don't, we try to look at where they're going so that we get roads that they're looking at water. Yes.
Okay, any more discussion on this one? Okay, then let's do roll call.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy, Micah,
Aye.
Moon, Carr.
All ayes, and that is approved. Thank you. And our final action item is appointment of Rebecca Scott, to the Beautification Commission, for a term ending April 30th, 2025. You guys see Ms. Scott's here. Thank you for being here. There was a vacancy on the Beautification Commission due to the resignation of Nikki Chuko, Commissioner Wall. She did a lot of great things. So, Ms. Rebecca Scott has expressed interest. We have some materials in her board pack expressing her interest, and it is with my recommendation that I ask for a motion. By trustee Ara, second by trustee Micah. Discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Moon, Carr.
All ayes, and that is approved. Thank you for being here. Did you want to say anything? Okay, thank you. Thank you for taking on the role. We appreciate it. Okay, that completes our action items for this evening. Thank you, anyone. Is there any need for old business? New business? Public comment? Has anyone signed up? Okay, we have no need for executive session tonight, and my only report this evening is to thank everyone again for being here and all that's done for you. And have a great rest of the month. We will have our next meeting in August. May I ask for a motion to adjourn
I'll make that motion.
by trustee Micah,
I'll second.
by trustee Kennedy. Discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned at 7:38. Thank you.